Hey everyone, it's Unisheck here, and welcome to our final Forge Fundamentals video. Today we're going to be covering canvases and asset management. I'm joined by Michael Shore, lead Forge designer. Michael, how's it going?
It's going great. Glad to be here. We made it to the end.
Yeah, we made it to the final video. I'm excited. We've shown off some great stuff so far, but we've got one last video to knock out.
Yeah.
So let's dive on in. First, we're going to start with canvases.
Yep.
And we've got 6 canvases that we're going to launch with when the Forge beta comes out in November, correct?
That's correct. Yeah, we're looking at Arid right now, a desert theme. Huge props to the Forge art team for making these canvases. They're really gorgeous.
Oh, on the halo, that's beautiful. Anytime you put a halo in the background in the Vista,
yeah, it's hard
a
not
good time.
to like it. You'll see a lot of the default canvas elements and objects that we have in here. Basically, these are the things that you need to, as a bare minimum, to run the core game modes and have spawns and whatnot. And you can delete all that stuff and start from scratch, but they're there to help you kind of get a leg up and get started.
Yeah, that way you could jump in at any moment, play a game on the map.
Exactly. This one's ecliptic, and it's an outer space map. There is no terrain as it's outer space, but it's got some gorgeous planets in the skybox.
Nice. And those background kind of diamonds that we see in the distance, I know we touched on it in the previous video, but those are the boundaries?
Yeah, there's a diamond in each corner of the canvas showing you where the limits of where you can build.
Okay, gotcha. And the size of the canvases in Halo Infinite, are they bigger than Halo 5?
They're about double what they were in Halo 5. They're 400
That's
by
massive.
400 by 150 tall. So plenty of room for like an arena map or a BTB map. This is Institute.
Yeah.
This is a UNSC Academy theme. Kind of reminds me of the Northwest a little bit with the evergreens.
Kind of looks like it's on the live fire.
Yeah,
planet.
yeah, the
Kinda looks like that,
same theme. The live fire theme is very much the same thing.
This
is Myers. Yeah, it's a marshy wetlands environment. It's pretty cool.
Lots of sun reflection off the water.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
Nice. A lot better than I would expect for a marsh. You know, it looks beautiful. Yeah, and this is all by the Forge art team.
Correct.
Nice.
Correct. Again, props to them for knocking it out of the park. This is called seafloor, so you can probably guess where the setting is supposed to be.
The floor of the sea.
That's right.
This makes sense to me. Yeah.
So we had Fathom in Halo 5. So you could recreate Fathom on this if you wanted to.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Tons of options for forgers, no matter where they want to build their world.
Yep.
You know.
This is called Void, and this is by community request. This is as blank of a canvas as we could get. So there's basically skybox. There's no geometry. There's no terrain, and it's just the default objects, you and the skybox.
No geo above you or below you.
No.
Just open.
So if you wanted to, you could delete all this and you'd be starting with the bare minimum.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. And with being able to adjust the skybox, you can really make this map look however you want.
Yeah, you can change the time of day. So you could make this high noon, you could make this nighttime or anywhere in between. And the skybox would change to show that.
Nice.
Yeah.
And now we wanted to take a look at a map that you built on Arid, correct?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm going to go to My Files. I'm going to go to Test Map because I'm really creative when I name things. Before I co-forge with you, I need to add you as a collaborator. How you do that is you go into the details of your map and you go down to the bottom of this and it's manage collaborators. And collaborators are basically people who are going to have access to this file, this asset, and they're going to be able to edit it and work with you to create something great. So in this case, I'm going to add a collaborator. You're already in my fire team. I know that's you. I'm going to confirm that. So now you are listed in the collaborators. You might notice that my role is admin, which means I have all the power. I can make copies.
I mean, you are the Forge Lord.
I'm the Forge Lord. So maybe we should change this from admin to Lord. We'll see if we can fix that string. And I can publish the asset, which we'll talk about a little bit later. I can add people to collaborator. I can remove people from collaborators. I can also manage the versions, which we'll talk about a little bit. And I can delete the asset. You, as an editor, you have a subset of those functions to do, right?
You won't let me have full control?
You know what? I'm going to change it. I'm going to change you to co-owner, which is the other level. And basically, you can do everything except set yourself as admin and delete the asset. Okay. So is that okay? Is that enough control?
I think that's safe for you.
Yeah, it is safe for me.
Safer.
All right, cool. So yeah, lots of power here to work with others and as a team if you want to. Could be that you're really good at lighting and I'm really good at layouts or vice versa, and so you find those people and work with them. I think now what we want to do is actually we're going to co-forge. Okay. So it looks like we're good to go. I'm just going to hit play and you should join in. Cool. Yeah. Ooh, so you can see I've really gone all out on this map and I've added baby Giga Grunt.
And I've joined in.
There you are.
You see me.
Yeah, you're buzzing around. Yep. I dig it.
Looking good.
So one of the things, so Forge now has a couple of different modes when you're collaborating with others in a session. There's edit mode, which is what we're in right now, which is where the majority of your work is done, right? There's also test mode, which is a really quick, right where my monitor is, I want to test out like how this clamber works or how this jump works. It's really just about testing your geometry really quickly. And then we have play mode, which that builds it builds scripts, it turns on physics, and and players will spawn at proper spawn points.
Gotcha. And we showed that off a little bit in the second video with Connor.
We did. We didn't really dive deep because I think we knew we were going to go a little further into this. And the main things that you need to know is that when you're co-forging, any player can switch between edit and test mode and not affect any other players. So if you want to go into test mode and I don't, or vice versa, it won't affect me. So like right now, I'm going to go into test mode. I'm cruising around. You can still be editing.
And I can like grab an object and push you with it.
You could try. Physics isn't really running. No.
No, that's funny.
But then we also have this concept of play mode. And because it's running scripts and because it's running physics, that actually, when one person in the party, in the fire team goes into play mode, everyone goes into play mode.
Okay.
So I'm going into play mode. I spawned at a real spawn point, and there you are, right? And physics works in here. You can get in vehicles and test things. You can grab the gravity hammer and push things around. Yeah, good times.
Push things around. That was a little more than a push.
Okay. Yeah, you can slam things around.
But now I just brought us back into edit mode here.
Yep.
And another cool feature that we have is if I wanted to start moving your grunt, you can't.
Yeah,
right?
I cannot select this object. Yeah. It's got this big orange outline and fill that's saying, hey, buddy, someone else has this.
Yeah,
so you can kind of
grab it or let go, and you can.
And now I've got it, and now you can't do anything. Yeah. And then I can move it around if I want. I can scale it, and you'll see that in real time.
Very nice. Yeah. You invited me onto your map. Now I'm going to take a look and see if I can make a really cool addition. Yeah. Something that might help spice the map up a little bit.
Let's do it.
And you trusted me. I'm going to see if it works. It looks like it is working. I'm going to make a bigger, badder grunt here for you. And I call him Giga Grunt Unleashed.
Yeah, he definitely looks angry.
He is ready to blow some stuff up with his plasma grenades and great armor. Yeah.
Love it.
I'm glad I could make a fantastic addition to your map.
All right. Well, I'm going to save this.
Are you sure?
Because I do like it. And I think it's time to talk about some of the other features.
Okay.
Now that we've saved a couple times and this map's ready for prime time. We just put this in a playlist right now, right?
Yeah, you can load in. After you've saved this, now we want to take a look at the version history.
Correct. Yeah, so version history is every time you save a map, it creates a version, and you can find that version history in the asset details screen. And so you can see that earlier I created the map. At some point I added Giga Grunt. And by the way, I added those notes. They weren't auto-populated or anything like that. I changed the map name at some point, but then we were just in a session and we made a save. What version history lets you do is keep track of your progress through a map. You might add mountains or you might add a gigagrunt and go, you know what, I really didn't like that, and maybe I should go back from gigagrunt unleashed to just plain old gigagrunt.
Yeah. So if I come in, drop in my gigagrunt unleashed, save it, you'd see it that I saved it in the save by column.
Yep.
But then you could go back and also go to an older version and load that up if you wanted.
Yeah.
Wow.
Versions are immutable, which is great. So like if you create a version and I decide I don't want your version and I want to go back to gigagrunt, just hypothetical. I can go and open version 3. And if I open version 3 right now, it would basically create version 10. And 4, 8, and 9, I'm not sure. I think I deleted versions 5, 6, 7, and 8 earlier.
Okay.
So lots of flexibility here to, retain work and understand what other people have done. If I want to add notes to this, I can select the version and go over here and edit notes, and now I can go added gigagrunt unleashed, and I can talk to my collaborators and go, hey, this is what I did on this version, and
this is what I've been working on.
This is very similar to how devs work when they check in work. Obviously there's notes, and so everyone can go, oh, I added spawns here, or I changed the geo here or something. So pretty powerful. There's the potential for hundreds or even thousands of versions on a map, depending on how often you save it.
Yeah, always be saving.
Always be saving, right? And so like, let's say we're 3 weeks down the line and I want to use gigagrunt as for whatever, as a basis of a new map or something, the server will delete things that are not locked every 30 days. So it looks like I previously locked it, so I can unlock it. But if I didn't want this to be deleted, I would just go over here, I'd lock it again, and then after 30 days on November 4th, right before Forge launches, it would not get deleted.
Nice. So this saves people from making their own map and writing the title as map v3 themselves, then map v4 after every single save.
Correct.
Wow. Super helpful.
Yeah. If you clone a map, you will lose the versions on that clone. We don't.
Okay.
If you have 100 versions of map A and you clone it and you call it map B will not have all those versions. It'll be like you're starting from scratch.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
And then if we wanted to publish a version here, how would we go about doing that?
Yeah, so publishing
with people.
Publishing is a new concept for Halo Infinite. It's a little different. Right now, if I wanted to share a map with you, I could add you as a collaborator, or I could publish it.
Okay.
And this is where this screen, the version history, again, from the asset details page, you select the version of the asset that you want to publish, right? No offense, but I'm going to go back to gigagrunt, and I'm gonna publish that. And then once I've done that,
breaking my heart,
that is that version will be the published version of the map, and that will be the thing that shows up in any queries. So if you go to the content browser, which we're going to talk about in a little bit, and you search, you'll be able to find your map now.
Okay. So you could find it in content browser, or if I go to your profile, search your files, it's right there, ready and available to be bookmarked.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So lots of interesting ways to collaborate with others, manage your files, and control what's public or not.
Okay. After I've bookmarked it, I can only play it and I can't forge it. Or, sorry, there's a setting for this.
There is a setting. So depending on...
I set you up for that.
You did. I appreciate that. Depending on what you as the author want to do with your map, you can toggle copy protection on or off. And basically what this does is it either allows or disallows people cloning your map. This is another request from the community to prevent people from stealing their work or leveraging your work to say that you did it when you didn't, right? Yeah. There's pros and cons to both, so it's up to the players to kind of figure out what they want to do. But when you turn copy protection on, it will prevent others from copying your map and playing it in Forge. They'll just be able to play it in custom games.
Cool. So locks it down to that environment.
Yep.
So they can't potentially try and steal it and claim it as their own.
Which kind of leads into credits, right? We have now the idea of accreditation. And if you are a collaborator on a map and you save the map at any point, or you're part of that session, you will be listed in the credits, and that is permanent. If this week, if I said, hey, you're my collaborator, and we work together, and then next week I removed you from the as a collaborator, you would still be listed in the credits. This is permanent.
Okay.
And also, if I have copy protection turned off and someone else clones the map, we are also still listed in the credits of that cloned map.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah.
So if someone does try and copy your map, you're always still there in the credits.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you want to allow people to clone your map, which you should, you'll still be listed as the owner or the original author.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. And for people to discover it, we did talk about published maps. They can go into the community tab here and take a look. We've got recommended, we've got popular, that'll sort by the most popular of each map mode or prefab. And then we also have the browse all, which is very similar to Halo 5's, right? Content browser.
Yeah, you search for files, you can do search by tags and or keywords, things like that. So if you're looking for an Eiffel Tower, you can type in Eiffel Tower, and prefabs or maps that match that will show up. Recommended is, this is a query that we internally populate with content that we've found and vetted.
Okay. Similar to Halo 5 also had that.
Yeah, exactly. And then popular maps, that's most played in the last 7 days. Prefabs is most bookmarked in the last 7 days, and popular modes is most played in the last 7 days. So hopefully this page is going to be really dynamic with a lot of cool community content once we launch in November.
That's always fresh and popular.
Yeah, exactly.
And trending. Yeah. Very cool. And then if players wanted to jump in on these creations in Season 3, we're going to have the custom game browser launching in Season 3 next year as well. Correct?
Yeah. So right now, when Forge launches, if you wanted to play these things, you could create your own custom games. But in Season 3, we'll have the custom games browser, which will allow you to more easily find those kind of custom games.
Nice. And just jump right into a session in progress. Nice. And that's going to be pretty similar to Halo 5's was as well?
Very similar experience, yes.
Okay. Very cool. Very cool. So I think that wraps up what we wanted to cover today with canvases and asset management. Before we go, though, we've finished 4 Forge videos in great depth. Do you have anything else you want to say to our players before they get their hands on it in November?
Well, first of all, thanks to you. This has been really fun to do this. So I'm super excited that we're finally at the end. Now, what I've said in the last videos echoes true still, as I'm just super excited to see what people create. To me, like Connor said, surprise us. I fully expect to be amazingly surprised on November 8th, right? I think it's going to be insane to what comes out and what we see and what we get to play that day.
Yeah, it is very exciting. It's got to be extra special for you and the team, having worked on it all these years, to finally put it out there for our players. So very happy for you guys as well. But that's going to do it for us here today with our final Forge Fundamentals video. Thank you so much for watching the entire series. We appreciate it, and we hope you enjoyed. And we look forward to hopefully seeing you here in Seattle for the Halo World Championship. If not, we hope you join us online for the release of the Winter Update on November 8th, which will, of course, have the Forge Beta. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you all next time.